Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to the third ever episode of Geek, your weekly opportunity to hear four random strangers discuss everything geeky in the world. And let's just go through and reintroduce these random strangers to you. Okay,
I'm Guy.
there's Guy. Who else
Hello.
we got?
And Connor.
There's also,
Magnus.
Whoop.
and of course, your humble host for this evening, the ever here, Peter. So how's
Hey,
everyone
Peter.
doing? Hey guys, so how's everyone doing this week?
I'm doing well. I moved my entire flat downstairs, so I'm very tired today.
That sounds pretty
Oh, moving down a staircase is so difficult.
You would be surprised. Trying to get my sofas downstairs was a real pain in the butt.
That is true.
Yeah, I live on a second floor flat as well, so I feel you, buddy.
It's not fun. Although now I have an entire conservatory that is now my library.
Ooh.
Nice.
Nice.
I am so gonna steal so many books next time I'm at yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna lock them away.
Please.
You're gonna put them all in a safe.
I carry a universal lockpick at the end of my foot.
Yeah, and the door is glass.
Yeah. What you been up to, Connor?
I've actually been busy watching Arrow this week.
Oh,
that's
you
been really
finally
good.
converted.
I know it's been out for some time, but
Arrow's awesome.
I've just started it, so it's really, really good.
Yeah. Me and Connor decided it would be best if we watched a TV series together. That would be cool. And it is
So by
cool.
the end of season 1, I should be able to write my review on it.
Good.
Nice. What episode are you up to now?
We're up to about...
It's episode 7 next, I think.
I think we're a bit further.
Oh no, did we just lose Connor?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. You just went. You faded out.
It's okay.
I said we're around there, yeah.
Easy way to test. Have you yet reached the episode where beep happens?
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah,
spoiler
yeah.
warning there. That's cool. That's cool. And Magnus, what you been up to this week?
I've not been up too much, but I know that I'm planning to watch Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which is going to be out on Friday, or is it Thursday? I think it's Thursday. And then I'm going to watch it on Friday, and hopefully I'm able to do a review on that for all of you to read.
Ah, that'll be cool. You seen the other film yet?
Yep. I saw it 4 or 5 times just for a school project, which was pretty awesome.
Oh, very nice.
And it's quite amusing.
Falling
Yeah.
Skies starts this week.
Oh, and we don't have
You
TV.
I'm sorry. I have access to it on the internet. I've been
Okay.
watching it already. I've seen 3
Legal
episodes.
Falling Skies. I can watch it on my
Hulu! Hulu! I think it's Hulu anyway. It's one of those.
Yeah, one of the good ones.
Cool. Well, as far as me, the geeky thing I've been watching is the new episodes of Legend of Korra, which have been coming out. The 3rd season of that. And if there's anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, you need to go and watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, the series, all of it. Then watch Legend of Korra. You will not regret that decision.
Yeah,
Trust me.
I've watched most of Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yep. So, good show, right?
Yeah, it is good. Really good, actually. I always find it amusing how elements can be turned into nations. Well, nations bend the elements to their will of sorts.
Yeah. I'm not going to give anything away about the show, just watch it. Watch
Yeah.
it! If more people watch Korra, we're more likely to get more of it. So watch it! It sounds logic. Okay, so that's just a little update on what all of us have been up to this last week. Now, today we've decided to have a little discussion. One of those age-old discussions amongst all geeky fans. A debate, if you will. No, it's not Star Wars versus Star Trek. We're not doing that one.
That one's it's just too close.
I was going to say it's too one-sided, but let's
Whoa.
not make it about that.
This is why we're not having this conversation yet.
I think it would turn into just spittle-filled rage.
He's like, I'm leaving now.
To be honest, I still think the show should come together and someone should give Captain Picard a lightsaber. But we're not going to talk about that. We're talking about that other debate. The other one.
Ah, that one.
Fantasy versus sci-fi?
They are the same thing.
Oh, okay. No, you got me. Wrong one.
Aliens versus Predator.
Aliens.
Aliens.
Predator.
Okay. How are we going to do this? Because okay, you've got to take a side, Connor. You're not allowed to be Switzerland here.
Whoa! I most certainly am.
No, come on, Connor. If you stay in the middle, you're going to look like the sensible, neutral one, and we'll look like idiots.
That's the point.
Dang it, Connor.
Okay, so I think we should start with opening statements. Every one of us just give take a few moments and just say why you prefer the one you prefer. But before we do that, just in case anybody has no idea what I'm talking about, the aliens we're talking about are from the film Alien, Aliens,
Proper ones.
3, and Alien Resurrection, although you're better off if you don't watch that last one.
That
Including
isn't a film, I don't
Prometheus.
believe.
Prometheus as well.
So-
It is.
It's not the same thing, though.
No, I don't class it as the same thing. I class it as
I
an
do.
introduction, but it's definitely a spin-off to something else.
I'll argue against that, but I'll do that later.
Okay.
That is a discussion for another time.
Yep. So, the aliens we're talking about are from that film designed by H.R. Geiger, a.k.a. the man who created every nightmare you've had for the last 20 years.
Did you know he's recently passed away?
Mm-hmm, indeed.
I was
Yeah.
sad.
It's still too recent.
Yeah. Let's
I
have a
can
moment
finally
of
dream
silence.
again.
That's
we did
true.
love the guy. We joke, but we love the man. He was awesome.
Yeah, he was.
And, yeah. So, they are... The easiest way to describe them is picture the most terrifying thing about to eat you. That's the alien.
Just like its tongue can eat you as well.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think so.
And you can't hurt it because then you'll melt.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not advisable.
It's about 10 foot tall, armor-plated, strong enough to rip through steel with ease. Its blood is such a strong acid it will melt through you if you get a drop on you. And its tongue is another mouth.
And
And the
sometimes
hammer,
that tongue
and-
has another mouth.
Yeah, it's a hydraulic tongue.
And it's created and born from a creature called a facehugger.
And let's not forget the tail, which is practically, just
A spear.
a scorpion tail without the poison.
Well, acid blood, so I don't think it needs it.
Yeah.
I'll just
that's
cut the
a-
tip of my tail and then I'll bleed all over you.
Oh, and let's not forget it's also very intelligent.
They are
Yes,
surprisingly
yes, it
clever,
is.
yes. On the other hand, you have the Predator. From the
I think
film
this is gonna be-
Predator
This is going to be
Predator
Peter's
2
spiel.
and Predators. Well, let's put it this way. Picture a 9 foot tall, heavily muscled, scaly skinned dude with a crab's face and dreadlocks, who is so strong he could throw around 80s action movie version Arnold Schwarzenegger. Not the real man.
Oh.
The 80s action
Get back to the chopper.
Yeah. The one from the 80s action movies who can shrug off a howitzer to the face, probably, throws him around like a rag doll. Intergalactic hunter who decides, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drop myself in the middle of a rainforest and I'm going to go hunt one of the most badass and indestructible commando teams ever because I feel like having a vacation today.
Are you
Oh,
not going
man.
to include in your argument AVP?
I think
I think
because
AVP is our debation. I think
yeah,
it's what our debation is about, really.
if we're going for Alien versus Predator in that, we'll bring up the films because the reason why this is a great debate is one thing the Predators do is they collect the skulls and skeletons of the things they kill, and they've killed a lot of things. In the film Predator 2, in the spaceship at the end, what should be on the wall but the skull of an alien from Aliens? And
I can see your point.
well, the thing that's in the film, and that's where the debate happened because fans saw that and they said, "Oh my gosh, this is what the hell!" And so we then got comics, we got books, we got computer games, and finally we got two films: Alien versus Predator, generally considered to be pretty bad,
Yeah.
and Alien versus Predator Requiem, which is generally considered to be worse.
Like, for me, I actually really enjoyed it because I've always wanted to see what will happen if you put both of those incredible aliens into a town. And it was kind of like the zombie fest. You just like you watch them because it gives you this sadistic pleasure just seeing what it does to a city.
Now, it's a strong concept, but I don't think they did it well, and my argument consists of Alien with dreadlocks.
Invisible
Oh yeah,
alien with
that
dreadlocks.
was really.
Yeah, we can all agree that in terms of like combat ability, the Alien Predator hybrid is pretty much going to make you crap yourself if you're lucky, because
If
then you've realized it's there.
Yeah, it is. It was way overpowered,
A little bit, yeah.
but
But yeah,
I like the alien on the. I love the H.R. Geiger design of the aliens. I just think they're really sleek. Like you
Yeah.
saw the evolution of them from number one with that was kind of it was a bit chunky and you could see the tail wobbling everywhere, but it looked really cool. And then two got even better, and the Alien Queen, the
yeah,
design of the Alien Queen was just really cool. And then three with the dog alien, for me the versatility of the alien kind of design really appeals to me.
then there
A
was
little bit more.
also. I think one of the key things I like about the evolution of the aliens is if you look at the first one and the movement. I know Alien Resurrection isn't as good as the others, but
no, it
in
is
my
not.
opinion. But I just if one thing that does stand out is the movement of the aliens. If you what the scene where they're trying to swim through the flooded kitchen or something,
Yes, yeah, they're going through
you see the alien
Yeah.
movement through the water, which is just incredible.
It was pretty cool. It was very cool, and I like the idea of this is this is more of a hive mind. Like I've always that's kind of appealed to me, and like, for me the predators are a bit too much. This is one person that there's no
Can't
real.
stand a whole war.
Yeah, but there's not really like at least to me there's not much personality that a predator has. He's just going to stand there, turn invisible, shoot you, and he might then take your skull home as like a bit of a memorial of you and like a little bit of a token. So yeah, I remember that weak thing. At least with the aliens, it to me
I
there's a bit
remember.
more color in them.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
they take your DNA from the facehuggers to create them.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
pretty cool.
that is
So,
one thing worth saying. The classic aliens from the film Aliens are just the alien-human hybrid.
Yeah.
yeah.
They're what happens when you mix the proto-species with us. So that is okay. I think it's probably worth saying. I think we all agree that aliens and predators are all cool. We
Yeah,
all kind
that's
of
a
agree on
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
We kind of like them all, but
Yep.
I'll admit, I honestly never really saw much personality in the aliens themselves. I
I think
never
it's more.
really, they never really, they seem like just kind of like, to me, an impersonal menace. Not so much in the first one, but in Aliens, where it's a bug hunt,
Yeah.
and it's just, they seem to be there kind of as a plot device half the time. The
True.
individual aliens.
True,
And
but
then you've got, you know, I haven't actually seen Alien 3, so I can't comment on that, but Alien Resurrection, sadly the first Alien film I watched, I know, is a bad way to start.
Oh
Yeah, it
yeah,
is.
yeah, it really is.
You've got kind of just I never really got that personality sense. If you see a guy, that's great. I never really got that. Whereas with the Predators, I kind of got the thought of a person, kind of like the end of the first Predator, where he's clearly got Arnold outmatched. He's got superior technology, everything else. He knows he's going to win. So he takes off his weapons, takes off his armor, and decides, you know what? Fine. We're going to go mano a mano. Bring it. And I just kind of, it gives a sense of honor. Or like in Predator 2, where he sees the pregnant woman, the Predator there, and he's like, no, not going to kill a pregnant woman. That's just, no, that's not right. But he'll happily go after a cop.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
They have
But-
Yeah.
this code there, and I
Yeah.
like that,
A form of dignity or honor, I guess.
which
Yeah.
was really expanded on in Predators, where you see the two different groups of them.
Yeah, and I guess maybe for me, I want to see maybe something that's more like what the Predator comics went into, which was their own culture, which was that's also like the Alien comics really went into like the corporation using the aliens to create the bioweapons and trying to genetically mutate the aliens. I thought they were, yes, I agree, they don't have the kind of relatability that say the Predator does on a like an actual character as a personality, but I just thought as an alien and likely maybe what's possibly even out there, as like it's easy to imagine that another planet out there has evolved from insects. Like if we didn't take our evolutionary step, it would then be the insects, and they would then evolve and create a hive mind, get bigger to an extent, and then start start looking towards space as they take up all of their resources.
Maybe, maybe.
But
Um,
that's my speculation.
Well, we've heard from me and a little bit from Magnus, a little bit from Guy. Connor, you're sitting in the middle of this one.
Choose.
Choose your destiny.
Well, the thing is, I really do. I love both of them, to be honest. I love how the aliens, although a lot of people say, you know, they're not very human-like, in a way, I feel that they do have a type of society. I mean, in the second film, you see, you know, that the alien queen is willing to, you know, sacrifice herself for the eggs. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Ripley is threatening to burn the eggs, and she's willing to put everything else at risk to prevent her from doing that. So you see that in a way they are family. They do care in a kind of primitive way. So in a way, yeah, it is like Guy says. They are kind of a primitive race, but at the same time they're very instinctual. But they're really, I don't know. There's something there that really appeals to me. The thrill of the hunt, I guess you could say, when you're looking from the human's point of perspective, that they're trying to survive this kind of nightmare that they're in.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
at the
that
same
reminds-
time, it's great to see kind of that instinctual behavior, that primitive kind of thought process that they have. I find that very attractive. But at the
Yeah,
same
there-
time, I
there
really,
does touch on one thing.
as I see with you, Peter, I do see definitely the appeal of the Predator. Because
Yeah, can I just
I
interject
as a
one
kid, I
sentence there
loved
quickly?
the Arnold Schwarzenegger films. I'm not gonna lie, I loved them, and that was definitely one of the, you know, ones on the top list. But at the same time, there's only one issue I have with the Predators, and that is I find that, I don't know, they get very overconfident.
I'd agree with
I
that.
feel that there is no
Maybe.
reason for, like, I don't know, the Predator to have lost to Arnold Schwarzenegger. But again,
Well-
there is that honor that you talk about.
Yeah,
And,
the only reason he loses is because he levels the playing field. But You remind me of something that I just want to mention, and that's something in the mythos of Aliens versus Predator. For the Predator, there are two species above all others they enjoy hunting. One is the aliens. They call them the hard meat. Kind of like, these are the only things bad enough in the universe to go toe-to-toe with us. And the other one is humans, the soft meat, because we're clever. And we're unpredictable, and that makes us fun prey to hunt. Because they're just kind of like, you know what? I have no idea what these things are going to do next. This is awesome.
Yeah.
You see,
Yeah.
on the AVP subject, I've always thought it was strange when you see, there's the 3 predators that go in the first one, and
Yeah.
they're all trying to get geared up. There's 3 of them, and then this one alien just pops out and takes on 2 of them, which
Yeah, although they are
I don't get.
admittedly- Well, in the backstory, I think it's established that this is their first hunt,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
so they're noobs.
Yeah, they're
But
the
what
kids.
about that last one who actually does pretty much take on all of them?
He's probably like the equivalent to the class nerd for them.
Yeah.
I mean, for a Predator, class nerd is probably the guy who, oh yeah, he's the one who decided to do the unarmed combat class.
Oh
and
yeah,
the
he was the
how to
one.
fashion weapons out of your dead enemies class.
Oh yeah, he was the kid who's born with a 6-pack.
Yeah, so he's basically just really good.
Okay, yeah, that
And
makes
to be
sense.
fair,
now.
if we're talking about AVP, the first AVP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and to be fair, the last guy, he survives a long time, and he's like, we don't like the movie doesn't really show too much about like, yeah, he gets face hugs, but the rest it doesn't really show too much about him and what he had to then face to get to that point.
Yeah, but one thing that I think kind of establishes well that it's their first hunt is when you have the one from the Predator from the second film, Requiem, who's kind of nicknamed Wolf by most. He tears through regular aliens like they're made of tissue paper.
Yeah, he is absolutely insane.
Yeah, he's basically their version of a commando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
I
their
love
Arnold
this.
Schwarzenegger.
I love the way they show how tactical the Predator is as well. You know, when he's in the sewer and he's putting down all the different traps.
Yeah.
And all I'm saying, that laser trap is pretty terrifying.
Yeah, it was.
Mm.
Yes,
And
it
that-
was.
And that's kind of something which I like about the Predator as a thing. This is kind of like the main reason why I prefer them to aliens. Could you imagine a movie told from the alien's perspective that works? I mean,
Yeah,
sure,
I can
technically
actually.
maybe.
I think like
I could see bits, but not like a whole film that
Yeah.
really works as a film.
Yeah, I agree with you
yeah,
there.
I don't. That is true. I don't think an alien could be like a main character of sorts. I think they're always going to be a second priority. If you,
Yeah.
if
You think they could, Connor?
I think in a way they would be able to. It would take some amazing screenwriting, but I think it would be possible.
I think if we're talking about another alien hybrid, then we've got a possibility. But it'd have to be a obviously we already the aliens are already a hybrid. It's the alien and human that makes the alien. But then making like
Yeah.
almost another like what Ripley would have been in Alien Resurrection if she wasn't more human, a bit more alien in her.
Yeah.
I think it would be quite interesting to see a film where you start off seeing this alien egg, which hatches and latches onto someone, and you see the journey that alien makes.
You could
to
make a
kind of
documentary.
survive from humans.
That would be.
You could do
make
some.
I think it would be interesting to see the alien trying to survive, so it's almost the other way round, if that makes sense. It's
I
only
see
defending
what you mean,
itself,
yeah.
trying to get away from the humans.
I think you
Richard
could do
Attenborough
that.
can rate it.
Yeah, a documentary like that, or I think you could do a short film like that, like a 20-30 minute story, but not an hour and a half main feature.
yeah,
No.
Whereas,
probably like a 45-minute documentary thing, like
Yeah.
I said.
whereas let's be honest, in Alien vs Predator Requiem, even though it's not great, the Predator is the main character.
Yeah,
He's the hero of the story, basically, and you could make a film much more easily following a Predator
Yes, I agree that
And
I can agree with you in that.
That's just why I prefer the Predator more than anything else, because you could follow their story more easily. Yeah, I hadn't
Again,
thought
it's
about that, Connor. You have a point. I think you could do something with the alien, yeah, now that you mention it, but you could definitely make a story about a Predator.
it's because it seems that the Predator is closer to a human than aliens. I think if you see
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
culture-wise, definitely.
Yeah.
What if, okay, so you had a completely secluded alien. What if in a training facility you were actually able to bring its instinctual behaviors down a notch?
Like a pet alien
They
or
try that in a couple of the comics, and it just never works.
All right.
They always end up breaking out and
Well,
they
I
destroy.
I think I know where you're going there. Somebody actually wrote a short story because I think it's pretty clear that the aliens were part of the inspiration for the Tyranids in 40K.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Somebody wrote a short story about a gene stealer because when they're away from the hive mind, they have their own personality. But then as the hive mind approaches, they kind of get sucked into that and
Yeah.
lose themselves.
Yeah.
And kind of like the kind of horror inside the gene stealer as it was losing its personality to it. And that was
That's
a
cool.
really cool story. So I think
bet.
I think I see what you're saying, Connor. That could actually work. Something maybe a bit like that.
Yeah. I think there's quite a few opportunities, but I think Guy and and Peter, I think in fairness, you know what you're saying, it would definitely be a lot easier, less long-winded to try and make
But
a
yeah,
story about the Predator.
there's probably like half a dozen writers in the whole of Hollywood I would trust with this alien movie.
But
Okay, maybe one.
who would actually win in unarmed combat?
Unarmed combat.
Could go either way.
I
Really.
see.
Okay.
I think an alien would shred a predator in unarmed, but I don't think if you like gave a predator a pointed stick, I think it, even then, a predator
Yeah.
might.
Well, because
You know.
unarmed, a predator doesn't have any of the vision, like the infrared, doesn't have the alien vision, doesn't have anything, and without the spears, the blades, the shoulder-mounted cannons, it really puts them at a disadvantage.
He's
It does.
basically a bigger target.
They'd still
But-
put up a fight though, I think.
Well, you
for
do
sure.
see with idiot retard Predator who's going up against the alien in Alien vs Predator, and it's pretty even fight, to be honest. It's
Yeah.
basically a toss-up, but I think by depriving the Predator of his weapon, it's kind of unfair to the Predator because his ability to think strategically is a big part of his advantage in a fight.
Yes. Yeah, he relies on the alien acting as an alien and being able to predict those kind of things. That's why he was able, like Alien AVP Requiem, why he was able to set the traps, because he knew the aliens were going to be passing through these areas because he could predict their actions.
Again, that could be how, like, if you did do an alien documentary, you could do so like these predators are trying to take this alien, and they're predicting what he's going to do. The thing is, he does the unexpected and acts differently to other aliens.
That would be pretty cool.
I've just got this idea in my head now of the Predator version of Richard Attenborough, or no, David Attenborough, standing there just going like, in Predator speak, and this is the alien in its natural habitat. You can see eating whatever it finds. Holy crap, it's coming closer! Ah!
He
I think
picks
it'd
up
be more
a
of a
dead.
Steve Irwin, to be honest.
He picks up a dead facehugger, like, and this is the carcass of a fallen facehugger who's just been able to latch onto a target. We still haven't found this target.
There it is! There it is! Oh, it's got the right powerful bite on it, this facehugger.
He's a real feisty one.
Still twitching.
Yeah, Steve.
I'm just seeing him now sitting on the back of an alien, just kind of going, "Oi,
Having his arm like melted off with the blood, and he's just there like, oh, he's real nasty. I better stay clear of him now.
Yeah. Yeah,
Just
that would be
acting
pretty fun.
Okay. Well, I think we're just kind of starting to discuss. There's obviously a lot of things we could talk about. We could discuss the human characters in the film. I mean, comparing Ripley to Dutch, that's an awesome debate. We could talk about all sorts of other things, but I think really we just kind of one final thing, just kind of like the main reason in one sentence going round. So Guy, Magnus, me, then Connor, why we feel the way we feel. One sentence, and then we'll make our closing remarks. So starting with Guy, one sentence, final view.
I just think, like for me, Aliens were way scarier than Predator was when I watched the movie, and then that just made me. I love Predator, but Aliens are what freak me out.
Okay, Magnus.
I just find the actions of the aliens much more interesting than the predators.
Okay.
So I find the aliens are actually more interesting to watch because the predator seems a bit repetitive, in my opinion, whereas the aliens come from all different angles using the environment to their advantage.
Okay. My final thought is, for me, what makes it more interesting with the Predator, not who'd win in a fight, but more interesting is that I feel like I could actually have a conversation with a Predator. And, okay, it would probably mostly go, ah! But you could actually imagine having a chat and talking to one. And I just find that more interesting than the alien where you can't. And Connor, your just final thoughts?
My final thoughts are I like both of them, but if I had to choose one, I think I would have to go with Aliens, just because of, again, the whole instinctual behavior. I find the instinctual behavior to the alien a lot more appealing to the Predator, who I kind of feel is almost like a big bully,
Okay.
as opposed to someone having to survive.
Okay. Now, whether you like the aliens or the predators more, your choice. We ain't gonna say you're wrong. But if you've got any reasons why you think one's more interesting, better, would win in a fight than the other, feel free to leave a comment. Tell us why. More than happy to hear out. And just shout out just before we do our closing marks to Logan, who's been watching with us. Thanks, dude. Hope we've said something that's interesting. And final remarks then, just news for the upcoming week. So, Magnus, your news for the upcoming week is Planet of the Apes.
Is he still there?
Magnus?
Oh, he's quiet. Oh.
Hey. Hello. You still with us?
He will write a review. I'm taking him to the cinemas, so don't worry.
Okay. I think his mic's gone out on him. Sorry about that, dude.
And I'm going to try and finish the Arrow Season 1, and I'll write a review up on that as well.
Excellent. And in the upcoming week, one thing that I plan to do is I will basically do my overview of the first series of Defiance. As I'm watching the new series, give an overview of my thoughts of the first series, and continue writing essays, which will hopefully be able to go up on our website soon.
Yep, I have. We should be this week. We should be getting our website online. We will have everything's starting to look really good, and I've been informed how to then put it on live. We'll be blogging, we'll be putting our essays up there, reviews, everything. We want people to go there.
Yep. So, thank you to everybody who has listened or is continuing to listen. Next week, our discussion will revolve around something that my memory won't tell me what it is.
I can't remember either.
But something awesome.
Yeah.
We'll try to let you know soon. We'll add it to the low bar of the video on YouTube. But from Connor, Guy, Magnus, and me, this is Geekhead, and thanks for listening. Good night.
Geek out.